Hi, I'm Gabriel and this is Learning English Path. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you 11 business idioms that you must know. Alright, in this lesson, I'm going to teach you 11 business idioms that you must know if you are using business English in any way. And by the way, you can find all 11 of these business idioms in the course that I did with Terry McGonigal called Business English Speaking. And in that course, you learn a couple hundred business idioms as well as you practice business dialogues. You learn how to listen to business conversations. There are practical exercises as well. And if you're interested in that course, there is a link to the course in the description below. All right, so check that out if you're interested. Now let's get started. Learn the ropes. This means to learn the basics or to gain experience. So if you're starting a new job, you need some time to learn the ropes. You need some time to know how to do things, to understand how it all works and how it all fits together. Where does this idiom come from? Learn the ropes. It comes from boxing. And in fact, a lot of idioms come from sports. And if you know anything about boxing, anything at all, you know that they are in a ring. And they fight in a ring that is surrounded by ropes. And if the boxer learns the ropes, he learns how to navigate and feel his way around the ring. And so we use this as a metaphor when talking about business. We're learning the ropes. The next one, a lot on my plate. So if you say, I've got a lot on my plate, I don't need, I can't do this, I don't need any more work to do, it means you're very busy. You've got a lot on your plate. It means if you think about food, if you've got a lot of food on your plate, then you don't want any more food. You're going to be full. So in this sense, if you've got so much work on your plate, you can't take any more. You're already full. You cannot possibly take on any more work. You've got too much on your plate. The next one is to raise the bar. This means to increase the expected standard of performance. If you think of a high jump, right, in the Olympics, it's another sport-related idiom, then you know that if the jumper can jump higher than the other person, then they will choose to raise the bar and then jump over the bar without knocking it over, and it will be higher than the other jumper put the bar. So if you raise the bar in business, it means that you make the standards higher. All right, the next one is burning the midnight oil. This means to work all through the night. So if you're working on a project, you might say, oh, I've got to finish it by tomorrow. I'm going to have to burn the midnight oil. Or you might get a phone call from your boss late at night and you ask, why are you calling so late? He or she might tell you, I'm burning the midnight oil. I'm working through the night. Another one, to be thrown in the deep end. Thrown in the deep end. Now, if you imagine a swimming pool that has a shallow end and a deep end, right, where the water is deep, and then you take someone who can't swim and you throw that person into the deep end, well, they're gonna have to learn how to swim pretty quickly, right? That means that in business, you take someone who's new on the job and you throw them in the deep end, means you're giving them a tough task already, and they better learn very quickly how to do the job. So the definition is to be given tough tasks from the very beginning and be expected to perform well. And that also reminds me of another idiom that I don't have here, is to sink or swim. So if you throw someone in the deep end, they need to sink or swim. The next one is the bottom line. You might have heard this before. It just means the amount of money something makes. So if you imagine a big, rich CEO, they might say something like, the only thing that's important to me is the bottom line. It means the only thing that's important is the amount of money that we make at the end. Or if you're signing a contract for a new job, you might say, well, what's the bottom line? How much am I going to make? Right? You probably wouldn't say that if you're not very experienced. But if you're in demand and you're a big business person already, you might say, what's the bottom line? And then the next one is to sign on the dotted line. This means to sign a deal or contract. So very different from the bottom line. The bottom line is about money, but the dotted line is the agreement. The next one is to be on the same page. This means for two or more people to have the same understanding or to be in agreement about something. So you might have a meeting to make sure that everybody is on the same page. That means to make sure that everybody knows the direction that the business is going in. Everybody understands the projects that they're supposed to be working on this year. Everybody understands where each of you are, how much progress has been made on each project during the day. Make sure that everyone is on the same page. And it could even be just between two different people. So you might say to someone, let's make sure that we're on the same page here. And then talk about what the plan is. And the next one is red tape. Red tape is bureaucracy or regulations that slow down a process or make it impossible. So you might say, we're trying to make this deal go through, but there's a lot of red tape. It means there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of approvals that we need from different people. If you want to push a piece of legislation through, for example, you want to make a new law in the government, you might say, well, there's a lot of red tape. It means we have to get it pushed through Parliament, then we have to get the judges to agree, then we need to do this and that. There's a lot of red tape. And then the final one here is to get the green light. So not red tape. It's the opposite of red tape. It means you finally get permission to do something. And it could be bureaucratic, right? It could be that the government gives you the green light, or it could be that some kind of authority gives you the green light, or it could just be the boss. The boss gives you the green light, or the team gives you the green light to go and do something. All right? So you get the green light. If you think about traffic, it means go, 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 right? You can do it. You've got the green light. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you click that bell so that you know when I publish a new free lesson here on YouTube. And if you want to Learn English with songs, then don't forget to click the link in the description to get my free PDF guide to 101 songs to learn English. I have hundreds of exercises for you to study English, English grammar, English vocabulary, English idioms, practice your English listening, and even your speaking while listening to the very best songs to study English with. All right. And when you get it, then you also get my weekly email with 5 words of the week, where I teach you another 5 words every single week so that you continue to take your English language learning to that next level. All right, my friend, I'm Gabriel Wallace. Keep learning and keep going.